Why, hello there, Kyril.
Hello.
You don't know what I'm referencing because you refused to watch that shitty quality Spider-Man No Way Home trailer leak.
That's right. It's so bad.
It is terrible,
It,
but
it, it, it causes me pain.
it causes you pain?
It does. Like it hurts my eyes.
Does it?
So what is this? This is a it's not even a high. So this is a 480p upload of a TikTok of a person's cell phone of another person's cell phone of what looks like an Instagram post of a trailer that's filmed in widescreen and being shown in portrait.
Yes.
I can count the pixels.
Yes. Do you have a
I
problem
mean,
with
of
that?
course. Yes. Many.
I don't know what you want from us, Kyril. We're only Sony. Sony, the biggest technology conglomerate in Japan. What do you
Yeah.
expect from us? This is what you get.
I feel like I don't know. I apparently they're gonna release the actual trailer
Yeah, I'm
later
seeing
today.
6:30 p.m. it looks like. So, yeah. Would you I,
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there a big watermark over this whole thing too?
yeah, it's the
There's a
name of the
watermark over the whole thing. Oh my
it's
god.
the name of the VFX artist who leaked it.
Yeah, I'm sure they have a job still.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure Kevin Feige isn't executing him right now with a whole bunch of Mickey Mouse people.
Yeah, not at all.
So, I'm the
Oh
infamous
boy.
Orion, and welcome to the Two Schmo Show.
I'm Kyril, and welcome to the Tushmo Show.
Oh
It's
shit.
been a week.
Has it been a week? I mean,
It's oh my god.
there was the great Spider-Man leaks of last night.
I
There,
was thinking about doing a gag at the start of this
yeah.
with like starting a clock and then having an alarm go off at like 3 minutes in and just being like, oh, and that's our time. Kabul has fallen.
Oh shit.
Because Taliban 2, Taliban harder is in full swing.
It's Taliban 2 Islam harder.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I must have misread it.
Yeah, dude, come on.
My Sanskrit's a little rusty.
Fuck. Oh, what a terrible week it's been.
Uh, it's really, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird and frustrating, you know?
Oh, I know. I too have been watching the news, and I was on
Yeah.
vacation. What?
I don't know. I've had all of this shit going on top of an already ridiculously busy week. My week is finally like the last 2 weeks, it's finally starting to get back to some sort of semblance of normal. I picked up my car from the auto place and I got my brakes fixed. So that's done. It's like it should be getting there now, but holy shit, has it been a week?
It has.
So if you've somehow been living under a rock for the last 2 weeks, um, the Biden administration announced back in, I think it was in May or March, it really doesn't matter, but they were extending the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan from whatever day it was to the 31st of August. And pretty much at the start of August, the Taliban started making moves to reclaim Afghanistan with I guess their intent was probably to be in a dominant position when the U.S. withdrawal finished, and in a surprise to not only themselves but most of the Western world, they were actually doing a speed run.
I hate you. That's a terrible analogy.
I mean, they were. It was like any percent, man. They just stormed through. So at this point,
It was
where
like
we
a
are today,
yes.
the Afghan government basically doesn't exist anymore. Their
No.
president fled,
Yeah.
almost immediately with God knows how much money to Tajikistan, Tajikistan, something like that. One of them.
Oh God, no.
But yeah, I mean, and that's the root of what we've been finding is that the billions of dollars of American taxpayer money that's been funneled into the private military industrial complex has not only been being funneled into the private military industrial complex, it's also been going into the pockets of whoever can get their hands on it in Afghanistan and not actually going to the places it was intended for.
Shocking.
There's also a really good, depressing kind of good, if that's the thing, bit that I saw on last week tonight's coverage of all the shit that's been going on in Afghanistan, where press secretary, I don't even know who the hell the press secretary is anymore. No, it's not. Maybe it wasn't the press secretary then. Someone from the DoD was giving a press conference, and it was asked because at the time you have like literally the Taliban is posting videos on social media, YouTube, of them coming into these Afghan government military compounds that are just full of explosives and weapons. And they're posting all these videos online of them just having grenade launchers and stuff now and rockets. And the question was just it was posed of like, you know, what's gonna happen with these? And the guy said something like, well, we don't think they're gonna exactly just give it back.
No.
Like, you don't say.
What if you say please?
I never would have imagined. Yeah. Maybe if you ask real nicely.
Yeah.
As it is right now, the Taliban have been doing their best good guy impression. They've issued a few I gotta pull this up. It was so stupid. They've put out a list of like, oh, we're the new, more reasonable Taliban.
We're
As
woke
long as it
Taliban.
takes for you guys to turn around and leave us alone at the end of the month. Yeah, woke Taliban. But they like actually put out a list of like, oh, these are the things we're doing to be better. I gotta find this because it's
Please,
so
it's ridiculous.
stupid.
Wasn't there like
I
all
gotta-
women will have rights according to Shia law?
Yeah, according to Islam,
Yeah, Islam, my bad.
I believe Pashtun, I want to say, is the specific variation that they follow.
I can't remember for the life of
Oh,
me.
here it is. So this is the list of guarantees, promises made by Taliban leaders.
Ooh.
There will be an inclusive Islamic government.
Yes.
They are starting the Civilian Casualty Prevention and Complaints Commission.
What?
And they've been tweeting out WhatsApp phone numbers for Afghans to send in complaints to. So maybe somebody did learn something from that US occupation all these years. Just wasn't the people we expected it to be. You just start meaningless commissions that are never going to do what they say they're going to do and abuse social media to suppress your enemies.
Sounds like Soviet Russia. I'm not gonna lie.
And or modern America.
Shh. Shh. We're not supposed to say that.
Jake Sullivan, that was the guy. Oh, like you ever look at someone and be like, wow, that's a goober. This dude's a goober.
Yeah.
I'll send you this picture. This dude just looks like, oh my god.
I want to see
He
a
had his
goober
lunch
now.
money. He had his lunch money stolen so many times.
By the Taliban?
Presumably.
I mean, have you seen those videos they posted online? Oh my god, I want to take his lunch money right now.
Right?
I've seen the videos they're posting online when they go through like a weight room, like the U.S. troops were working out and they're just playing around in there.
Hmm?
Or like one of them found a body pillow that was left behind, like an anime body pillow.
God, I haven't seen that, but I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
One of my, it's weird to call it this, but like my favorite stories to come out of this whole clusterfuck was, let me see if I have it saved on Reddit here still. Apparently there was a group of Filipino immigrants working in Afghanistan that were looking to get out of the country. I don't have it anymore. They were looking to get out of the country, and they were looking for ways to do that. And the Taliban allowed another group of Filipino immigrants to come into the country with transportation to help them leave. And there was jokes going around that I saw in other subreddits that had started on our Philippines about like the punchline is that the Filipino people would take any opportunity they can to get a picture in a once in a lifetime opportunity. And there's all these pictures coming out of these like relatively short Filipino men in like their 40s or 50s next to all of these much larger and heavily armed members of the Taliban. It's just like just peak tourist mentality. Just like, oh yeah, honey, get a picture of me next to the Taliban. Ha ha ha.
That's
It's
so
just so
fucked up.
weird.
Yeah. So, what do you even say about Afghanistan right now? Because
I don't know.
it
I would like to believe that what the Taliban is saying is true. That they will be finding some sort of a middle ground between the past Taliban governments and the current Afghani government that is no longer functioning.
I was about to say it's hard to find a middle ground with when the ends is gone.
Right. It just I don't think anybody believes that until they actually show it.
Yeah.
And right now, all of their actions have been towards the end of just making sure that the US military stays gone and not much else.
Yeah.
You know, don't kill the Americans because we want them out of here so we can put our government in place, kind of things.
Yeah. It's really weird. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. It's mixed. But I'm not at all optimistic. And they've, outside of empty promises, there's been literally nothing to show that they're actually going to implement anything progressive.
Oh my gosh. It's like how we handled Afghanistan.
Pretty much.
Oh. What a nightmare.
I have been hearing, and this is the kind of thing, I have been finding myself taking a large grain of salt with any news I'm seeing about Afghanistan from a major news source because they're all trying to push behind their own narratives.
Yeah.
You know?
I see it.
I've been seeing a lot of stories crop up, like a disproportionate number about anti-Taliban resistance groups. There's one here in particular called the National Resistance Front of Afghanistan that was apparently interviewed by the BBC at some point that is looking to pursue peaceful negotiations with the Taliban. Let's look up what this group is. Did they exist?
Did they
before like a week ago?
Yeah.
Let's find out.
I'm almost certain they didn't. And the verdict is
might take me a second.
okay.
I'm in second tab mode. Okay, no. There's a lot of words that I've heard in reference to Afghanistan that I don't know the definition of. So like in this case, Mujahideen. Heard it said a lot, couldn't tell you what it actually means.
I have no idea what it means either, and I'm very afraid to make a joke out of it out of fear of offending a lot of people.
Search Google for Mujahideen is the plural form of mujahid, an Arabic term that broadly refers to Islamic guerrillas who engaged in jihad, the fight on behalf of Islam, Allah, of the Islamic community. The English term jihadist grammatically corresponds to it.
Okay.
I've never heard of it referred to in necessarily a positive light, though.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't sound like a positive light.
This Washington Post article that was posted 5 days ago seems to be just kind of casually throwing it out there, which is kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know. I would hate to see, you know, the question is like, you know, is this just the next Al-Qaeda, right?
Yeah.
the National Resistance Front of Afghanistan, NRF. I mean, it's, you know, their name's in English, so that's a new thing.
I
But
think that should be your first warning sign.
I don't know. NRF was founded by Ahmad Massoud, the son of Afghan resistance hero Ahmad Shah Massoud.
Okay.
Ahmad Shah Massoud was a powerful guerrilla commander who led the resistance against the USSR and then went to lead the Afghan government's military wing against rival militias in the 1990s. After the Taliban gained control, he was the main opposition commander against their rule until his assassination in 2001. Panjshir, a region of Afghanistan, has had influx of local resistance forces from across the country who have joined fighters that they have already trained locally, saying that they have thousands of forces ready for resistance. However, they prefer to pursue peace and negotiations before any sort of war or conflict.
You know what I would love to do right now?
What's that?
Let's get a pile of all these headlines and clip them up into like a small little pile. Then we gotta take George Bush and then just like rub his nose in it and tell him how bad that is. Bad George Bush. Look what you did. Bad.
Arguably, no American president has done great with this.
Yes.
You know, Bush did a lot of bullshit and started this mess to a point, but you know, after bin Laden died, realistically, Obama should have pulled everyone out at that point. You know, you got the bastard. Give it up. That's why you said you were there. So
did it for the money.
You know, same thing with Trump. You know, get the hell out. Put your money where your mouth is. And then it seems like Biden he's done the thing, but he's just kind of only done the thing.
He did it as cheaply as possible.
You want the U.S. troops out of Afghanistan? Sure thing. Back out, boys. And then that was it.
And nothing else was done that day.
And nothing else happened. Oh, you mean the translators we had? We didn't talk about those guys. We'll deal with that later.
That's the next president's problem.
It has been remarkable. They won't live that long. It has been remarkable seeing it kind of implode in Biden's face as he tried to make the comparisons to Vietnam.
Yeah.
About how, was it Vietnam? I'm pretty sure it was Vietnam. How it was that this wasn't going to be another Saigon. And then we had exactly Saigon pretty much immediately after he said that, right down to the helicopter rescuing people off of the rooftops of buildings.
Saigon 2, Islamic Boogaloo.
Except, let me see if I can find this. How long did it take? Because like it took a very long time for Saigon to like fully fall in Vietnam. It was literally 3 hours for Kabul to fall to the Taliban.
I was actually about to say, like, they didn't account for this whole Taliban speedrun strats.
The Taliban didn't either, though. That's the thing, is that every time the Taliban get to someplace, there was one of two things that happened. The most common thing is that they met no resistance, particularly in the rural areas. They met no resistance, and the local people welcomed them in because they hold similar or the same beliefs as they do. And the military has been basically told by the Taliban, if you just give up, we won't care. We'll just let you go. So the vast majority of people have just not put any resistance in. And then on the other hand, you have the very, very small numbers of the more elitely trained Afghan forces that are resisting, but there's just so few of them that it doesn't really matter. And they get overrun anyways.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I've got nothing really to add that no one hasn't already put in there.
Let's go ahead and go to the next piece then.
Okay, go on.
The FDA has given full approval for the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID vaccine.
Yes, could you go on to explain what full approval is, good sir?
I mean, not really.
Oh, fair enough.
It is entirely a symbolic gesture at this point.
I was about to say, I don't think it really matters.
It doesn't. This is dumb. So the vaccine is now apparently going to be marketed as Comirnaty. I have no idea why.
Wait, that's the name of the vaccine now?
Apparently. That must be what they named it in their FDA filings.
Yeah, because that's better than just the name it's already been known as. I mean, so the FDA giving its full approval is basically them just saying we like this one best.
It just means no, not at all. So from what I understand, the FDA approval only means that the FDA has looked at the materials that the company who is filing for approval has given them, and they can confirm that what that company is claiming about their product, or in this case their medicine, is true and accurate.
Okay, that makes
It's
a lot more
literally
sense. Yeah.
And it's a very common process. FDA approval happens all the time. And that was the big thing with it, is it's just a bunch of bureaucracy. The odds of the FDA not approving something that gets submitted when it's a company the size of Pfizer is basically zero. You know, Pfizer has literally dozens of people that they employ whose job is to just issue these filings to the FDA. They don't do any of the lab work. They just take the stuff and give it to the FDA in the way that they want to. And that's their one job.
That sounds really annoying.
I'm sure it is. I mean, because you're basically acting, you're a lawyer working with drugs at that point.
Yeah. And not the fun kind of lawyer with drugs.
No. You don't get to take any of them.
Not even just a smidge.
Not even a drop.
Damn.
So it's particularly frustrating because it's meaningless, you know?
Oh, yeah.
We had the emergency use authorization for it for literally it's August, so it's been 9 months now.
Yeah.
And this doesn't change anything. I hope that it encourages some people to go out and get the vaccine, but I'll believe it when I see it.
I feel like vaccination at this point is, if you want it, you already got it at this point.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
You've had ample opportunity, ample time. You've been approved.
Yes. So right now, there are basically 3 groups of people. People who have the vaccine, people who don't have the vaccine and will never get the vaccine, and people who don't have the vaccine because they're basically too lazy to.
Yes.
There's a surprising number of people that fall into that third group. This last week, Rainbow Six Siege had their Pro League major in Mexico, and it was brilliantly capped off on the second to last day with 2 members of one of the quarterfinalist teams testing positive for COVID during their daily testing measures.
Mwah, French chef's kiss.
One of these guys is pretty popular on social media, and somebody just outright asked him, were you vaccinated? Are you willing to say or not? And he wasn't. Everyone's just like, well, why not? And he just basically said, because I didn't think to. Just like, what?
There's so many things wrong with that statement.
Yeah. It's just mind-blowing that people can be that
lazy,
irresponsible still at this point. Although I've been also hearing a lot of stories about the situation inside hospitals right now that is starting to get especially bad because of 2 things. One, we're in a second wave, or a third wave, I guess, because of the Delta variant. But also, huge numbers of hospital staff have either died from COVID over the last year or are quitting because they're tired of these awful conditions that they're being put through. And in particular, there was one hospital that was being used as a case in this article that has empty beds, but they don't have enough nurses to actually provide care in those beds. They don't have enough people to do it. So they can't admit more people because they don't have the manpower to actually give help to them, you know?
Yeah, no,
It's tragic.
it's like the grocery stores right now. I you know, what scares me is that anybody can literally go and go work at a grocery store. It's not
Yep.
that hard,
Yep.
but you have a lot of people who are leaving the medical field right now, or, you know, dying in the medical field. They aren't as easy to replace.
No. I don't know. I'll be very curious to see how things progress over the next 6 months because of the shortage of employees that everywhere has is very stark and doesn't really make sense, you know?
Yeah.
It makes me really wonder how many people are able to not be working right now because of the eviction moratoriums that are in place. And if that is actually the case, that people are choosing to not work because they still have a roof over their head and they can get assistance for being unemployed to just get food.
Yeah.
I have no idea what kind of numbers that is, but you know, eventually either you have some systemic change that makes it not a problem anymore, or you're going to have millions of homeless people.
I think we're going to have millions of homeless people at this rate.
Yeah.
I know everybody was anticipating this big rush back to work, and quite frankly, that's not happening, at least from what I've seen. Because this is my perspective, so please correct me if I'm wrong, Kyril. What I've seen is a lot of people who were overqualified for their jobs that got downsized because of COVID, trying to get the next highest job possible. And because of that, people who are also qualified for those positions are kind of losing out to people who are overqualified in a sense. So you have this chain of command of people kind of going down a step in the ladder just because of downsizes and COVID and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of people know what they're worth, and they're not going to go to like a lot of these smaller menial jobs that the people who are, you know, let's just say, I don't know what to say without accidentally insulting someone, but the people who would regularly be in those positions would rather, you know, live off assistance right now than to go work at these menial jobs. And the people who aren't necessarily looking for work are all fighting for these very handful of positions that some are just going to win automatically because they're automatically more qualified. It's like a rat race where no one wants to go for the smaller, more essential stuff because, quite frankly, we aren't treating it like it's essential.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that many places downsized personally.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And that could just be like different industries.
I think it might be a different
of,
industry thing, but
yeah,
that's me just talking out of the journalism world because I've seen some horror stories around here.
Well, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It definitely could be the case. But the most substantial gap in typical employment that I'm seeing has to do with, I'll just say it, the types of people who have no education outside of maybe a high school education.
Yeah.
Who aren't going to work at anywhere that is requiring a degree. And I guess I'm just curious where those people are working now. Or if they're even working at all.
Yeah.
Or if the number of COVID fatalities has just been that big, that massive, that it's a hole that can't be filled.
Excellent question. I have no idea.
Yeah, because I know for 2020 there was damn near like what's the official number? I should just look up the official number. It was a huge number. I want to in the United States. Oh, it's more than I thought. Total official COVID deaths is 628,000.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. That's what the U.S. has. I can just Google that too. U.S. population 328.2. Where's my calculator? So we got 328.2 divided by. No, that's not how that works. I have to do it the other way. I'm just trying to get a percentage here.
Okay.
But I mean, like the fact that it's something you can quantify as a meaningful percent, like that's a lot.
It is a lot.
Anyways, the point that I was getting at is that everything that I've heard as far back as last summer is that the official number, not taking into account total excess deaths, means that it is being greatly underreported. Because when you have hospitals that are already packed and someone gets in a car crash and they can't get a bed and they die, they didn't die of COVID, but they died indirectly because the hospitals are already overloaded.
Mm-hmm.
And like as far back as last summer after the first wave, I was hearing numbers pretty damn near 1 million fatalities in terms of excess deaths greater than statistically there should be for that period. And it wouldn't take that much, say it's pushing closer to 2 million excess deaths. That's damn near 1% of the US population just disappearing in the period of a year. Statistically, if you look at that in terms of who's dying because of COVID, tends to be the less educated people. Just because, it's just how it is.
Yeah.
There's a correlation.
Unfortunately, there's a correlation.
Yeah, it's tragic.
One could say this is a big sign about the American education system.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. How do you put into the education system to have people not be idiots, right? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
I mean, we went through it and we're somewhat intelligent, I would say, but.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine that just as much of that has to do with, home environments as it does education.
Easily.
Yeah. At the same time, I saw a news story the other day about some conservative radio host who died of COVID, who, prophecy fulfilled, said something about how it would be embarrassing to die of COVID back during the second wave.
That's rough.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the terminology second wave has been thrown around a lot. What do you think is necessarily the tipping points between waves? I mean, other than obviously the numbers, but I'm talking about like the events that help trigger these waves.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of it has to do with the government intervention. The first wave ended because of lockdowns.
Yeah.
The second wave ended because people got vaccinated, so it stemmed the spread of it. Now we have an even more infectious version that's transmitting still among the unvaccinated, almost not exclusively, but very much primarily. The only way for it to stop, if there needs to be a reduction in the number of people who can get sick.
I know what you're implying, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
They just need to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
Or, if you don't wear your seatbelt and you get in a crash,
Yeah.
shame.
You're so mean.
At this point, I have very little empathy for people who are still not vaccinated.
Yeah.
I can appreciate certain people's apprehensions about it, like 3 months ago. I've heard some conversations with certain individuals, particularly in minority communities, that are especially hesitant to get a free vaccine from the government because history. It hasn't gone well for those groups historically to get free stuff from the government when it comes to medicine.
Yeah. Pox blankets, am I right?
Well, and like the Tuskegee shit.
Tuskegee.
Oh yeah. Make sure I got the right one. I'm pretty sure it's Tuskegee. Tuskegee this is the official title of this study that happened back in the 1932, the Tuskegee experiment, the Tuskegee study of untreated syphilis in the Negro male.
Oof.
Where they gave black men fake vaccines to watch what happened in the progression of syphilis, as well as other awful things, while continuing to do awful, excessive medical procedures on them the whole time.
That's pretty messed up, man.
And people, even today, remember that shit. And it makes them very, not just apprehensive, but scared to trust the government when functionally there hasn't been that much change. There's changes to the laws, but there's still the people in positions of power that hold the same views today as people did then.
Yeah.
So I can appreciate where those people come from. At the same time now, I feel like that has passed. That specific concern should have passed for the COVID vaccine specifically.
Okay.
Because there's just been the massive number of people who already have the vaccine, to look at the current COVID vaccine rollout and still have that specific concern that there's going to be some kind of undermining of those efforts by the government pushes firmly into the area of conspiracy. That said, what the FDA's approval, to bring it back, does do is it gives employers the confidence to basically start mandating vaccines.
Fair enough.
It's not a new thing. What was a good analogy I saw? Good luck getting a job at a hospital if you don't have a polio vaccine.
Good luck going to school without your vaccinations.
Oh, yeah. So it's not new. It's likely going to be a big push. And at that point, it's going to come down to people who are going to either lose their job or begrudgingly get the vaccine.
Yeah. And between the two, I think one is more financially viable than the other.
Yeah, it sucks that that's what it comes down to, that people are, because there's a lot of people who legitimately hold the beliefs that the vaccine is dangerous.
Yeah.
And even knowing that the vaccine is absolutely not, seeing people who are forced into the position of cause yourself harm or lose your job, it sucks that there's not another option.
Unfortunately, he got this far.
But yeah, I mean, what other options do we have? Just let people continue to die? That doesn't sound good, does it?
Not economically, not personally, and not morally.
So I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
What a nightmare.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it really does suck.
Do we have any good news? What movies are there? Let's see if we can salvage this episode.
Let's salvage it.
Opening this week.
There was.
Oh no, Candyman's coming out.
Oh God, no.
Is this the same one?
I don't think so.
Wasn't that a thing?
What?
They're making a Candyman movie, like a horror movie.
Yeah. I can't find anything interesting about the movies this week.
No. Oh no.
You want to talk about the great Spider-Man leakage of last night?
No, we might as well.
So, there was more than just the trailer that leaked.
What did we get?
We got photos of some very interesting characters that are going to be in the movie.
No. Is there anything particularly spoilery?
Oh, yes, very spoilery.
Okay. And there's stuff that wasn't in the trailer?
One of these photos. Okay, so one of these photos is of a character that was in the trailer.
Okay.
One is of a character that was hinted at in the trailer. And oh wait, actually, two of these characters were hinted at in the trailer. But these are all new photos of different scenes throughout the film.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We also got leaked concept art. And we also got a photo of two people who are supposedly in the movie that were not in the trailer.
Interesting.
Like a behind the scenes photo.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to see any of these, or are you trying to avoid spoilers?
I'm trying to look up some pictures right now. I mean, might as well just send them over.
Okay. So how do you want this? Do you want the slow burn, or do you want the hard burn?
But let's slow burn first to start.
Okay. Okay. For all you that don't want to be spoiled by this, click somewhere else in the video to avoid this, because I'm not putting a timestamp because I don't have that time. Here's the first character that was in the trailer.
Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, we've had allusions to that.
Yes, it's Alfred Molina as Doc Ock.
Yes.
Here is
that looks like shit.
It's probably a behind the scenes photo.
No, I mean I hope it is.
Yeah. You talking about that obvious blue screen on his back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As well as just the general quality of everything.
I like the lighting, but I would like to see it on a more professional camera.
It's so compressed.
Yeah. So here's the second character.
Oh, I should know.
Do you know who that is?
I know the actor. I don't remember what character he played, though.
That is Jamie Foxx as Electro.
Right, yeah.
Which, by the way, major glow up compared to the original Electro from The Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's my boy Jamie Foxx right there, ladies and gentlemen. Take no substitution. And here's the third character that was hinted at in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Willem Dafoe.
GG.
The OG.
Yes, quite.
The OG Goblin. The concept art that got leaked out is a supposed Green Goblin concept art. Would you like to see that?
Sure. Asserting dominance.
Yeah, T-pose and everything.
What is up with the thing behind? Oh, is that just like the motion?
I think it's the motion thing.
Weird.
Yeah.
Sure looks like Green Goblin.
It's all purple and whatnot.
Yep.
Okay. I guess here's the real meat. Here's the first behind the scenes photo.
I don't believe it.
You don't believe it?
I'll believe it when I see it, but
yeah,
not yet.
That it's of Andrew Garfield in a Spider-Man suit. No. And here's supposedly another one that's really hard to make out. Supposedly,
I'll believe it when I see it, but I don't buy it.
I don't fully buy it myself, but this all came out all at once, and obviously some of these are very real. The other ones I'm kind of on my nose about.
pictures are just so bad.
Yeah, these are really bad photos, but
Like how convenient is it that it's all on a blue screen?
I love how Tobey Maguire is in this shot. This one's of Tobey and Andrew Garfield in the same like room in Spider-Man suits.
Presumably.
Yeah. Tobey Maguire looks like Sasquatch in this, and that he's like very blurry and off in the distance.
Yeah.
Spider Squatch? Spider Squatch.
So of note, if this is at all legit, that looks like a completely different costume.
It looks a lot brighter, doesn't it?
It looks way darker for Garfield's.
Oh, yeah. That I will give you.
It's like almost maroon.
Yeah. I have no idea what the story is with that, because especially when you see the two of them up against each other like that in the second one.
Yeah.
Toby's
like the same lighting.
Yeah, Toby's is way brighter than Garfield's, which I can kind of understand visually. If you want to make like three of the same general design on the screen, you got to make them somewhat different shades so we can tell at a glance.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, that is a lot redder than Garfield's suit.
Yep.
I think there's one more photo that got leaked out, and this was like the beginning of the leaks yesterday. I think I deleted it off my camera roll. One moment while I go grab it.
Sony's at it again.
Damn, Sony, back at it again with hiding Spider-Man shit from me.
So I'll say, I think it would be the wrong move to do a multiversal thing involving various Spider-Mans at this point, just because we're still so relatively close to Spider-Verse.
Yeah. I think they're pulling their cards way fast on this, but as long as they don't like try to replicate the same feel as Spider-Verse.
What am I looking at?
There's a Tobey Maguire toy right next to a Tom Holland toy that apparently got leaked.
Does it say that anywhere?
That's Tobey Maguire?
Yeah.
Look,
just
yeah,
visually similar to the suit?
it's just visually similar to the suit, and there's some like promo art.
Yeah.
Honestly, as long as it's not like too in your face, I'm okay with it. I mean, we've already got Doctor Strange.
No, I mean, it's definitely the same suit for this one.
Yeah.
Looks very fake to me, though.
We'll just have to see.
Let's look up Marvel Spider-Man toys.
Ooh. Some actual referencing and cross examination.
Yeah, because for one, the thing that stands out to me initially is how they have these cutouts on the characters on the boxes.
Yes.
Looks wrong to me. I can't see them doing it like that with no border.
Ooh.
And at the same time, the box below, and there's like supposed to be two boxes here that are the Tobey Maguire one.
Yeah.
The perspective on it seems off with the character art on the box.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
Right? The lower one looks like somebody just did a tilt shift kind of thing in Photoshop.
Yes. What gets me, and I can't tell if this is just forced perspective or not, that the one on the bottom of the shelf looks way bigger than the one on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think to a point it probably is. I don't know. I'm always going to be skeptical on this kind of thing.
I mean, it's better to be skeptical than not. The only thing I believe is truly real of any of these is the trailer that we got. Well, the screen, the video of the video of the video of the trailer, and maybe the Jamie Foxx, Alfred Molina in Willem Dafoe stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, for the villains, I definitely could buy that just because we've seen so much that kind of tends to corroborate that that's the case.
Yeah. That Andrew Garfield photo, though, I'm almost certain that could be taken from the original Amazing Spider-Man movies.
Yeah. So here's what I'll say.
But
Marvel released an article on July 2nd detailing Spider-Man No Way Home first look at brand new Spidey Funkos figures and more, and it has the like Spider-Man suit shown off for the first time in this article.
yep.
Fit with pictures. At the same time showing the black and gold Spider-Man suit.
Yeah.
So I don't buy it. I think somebody's just done a hasty Photoshop job.
We'll just.
But
yeah.
we do have I'll send you this. Like, this is official merch. So the one is definitely confirmed to exist.
Yes.
It's just the other two that I don't buy. I like, because why would the prices be different? Like let's go on the hunch here that somebody put this merch out early.
Yeah.
Why are the prices different?
I want to know if this is such a big movie spoiler. Why is the merch already circulating?
Right. How convenient that you can't read any of the tags.
Yeah. What else is interesting about this? Oh. I'm trying to like link up the shadows, and the shadows seem pretty consistent.
Yeah, shadows are relatively easy to fake though.
Yeah.
I'll say for the product here, it's hard to tell, but it looks like they are missing the little only at whatever badge
Yeah.
on the bottom one.
Oh, you know,
Or how convenient that they just happened to crop it perfectly so it gets cut off entirely.
if you look behind the Raimi suit one, you can see the black and gold suit behind it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know why these stray figurines are just hanging out with another one.
In the wrong spot.
Yeah. Where something, I'm assuming the correct merchandise is right behind them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't buy it. It's all bullshit.
Everything's bullshit.
We actually did get, which trailer was it? I have to get my movie straight here. Eternals?
Oh, yeah.
New Eternals trailer. Have you seen it?
I have not seen it yet.
I'm going to send you a picture from it.
Please. I like pictures. I just sent like the last 6.
It is on my phone.
Ooh. Oh.
We got some big Chungus, angry eyes dude looking action right there.
Big celestial man.
Big celestial Chungus.
I've seen this guy before because on Twitter a whole bunch of people thought this was fucking Galactus.
I know. I believe it too. That was my first thing. Is just like, wait, that's not Galactus. He has like a face, doesn't he?
Yes, he
I looked
does.
it up. I'm like, yeah, he has a face.
I can kind of see it with like the body.
Yeah.
But all of y'all should be fucking ashamed.
Well, and it has like the sort of shape behind his head that kind of looks like that. But yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's totally not.
This is Big Space Robot, not Big Angry Spaceman.
It does look like, though, with this next Celestials movie, with the Celestials movie, we'll be getting into new villain territory.
I have no idea where we're fucking going at this point.
I know.
And I'm enjoying it. Don't get me wrong. You know, but it's also like I'm deeply worried that we're crossing over to the part of Marvel I don't know much about.
Yeah. I'll also say I wouldn't be surprised if the multiverse stuff gets very abruptly stopped with the Doctor Strange movie.
I mean, if they want to do a mini arc.
Stuff, yeah, multiverse stuff happens. It elaborates briefly in Spider-Man, and then it's done in Doctor Strange. because I've been talking with my parents about this kind of stuff that's upcoming. And my mom has seen all of Loki all the way through. And it is very hard for people who haven't been exposed to it as much as we have to really understand the multiverse stuff like at a concept level.
Yeah.
Because it is very different. And if you haven't been repeatedly exposed to the concept, just having it kind of thrown in there is understandably confusing.
Well, I would even say, like, I think this whole Phase 4 has been an exercise in the really high concept stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I expect it won't do well.
I don't think it's what people expect after Thanos.
Yep.
And Endgame.
I would like it to do well, but I just can't see it happening.
I think it's doing fine enough. I mean, Loki got people excited.
Okay, so
yeah,
it's not at all bad. They're doing a very good job. I just don't think it's going to be as popular or marketable because that high concept stuff is inherently high concepts, and it's hard for people to understand.
I mean, look at Kang. Kang is a very high concept character, and we have him now.
Yeah, and I love that kind of shit.
Yeah,
but a lot of people don't.
Yeah,
and it's not that people don't like it; it's that people fundamentally can't understand it, and people don't like things they can't understand.
It's hard to get your brain around, but like when you put in that effort to actually get it in there, it's fun.
It is.
Yeah.
But that is kind of a shift for the Marvel franchise, you know. All of Marvel's villains, good as they are, have been pretty one note to the point of their goals. You know, you have the big bads of Loki, who just wants to quite literally enslave everyone and have absolute power over Earth. You have was it Ultron, whose end goal ends up being smash rock, kill everyone. And you have Thanos, that is just kill half of everything.
Yes.
It's very easy to understand at that level.
And there's also like the debate you have to ask yourself, who are these movies for?
Yeah.
And most of the time they're made for the general population.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think these are really just exercises in just seeing what the general population can take. They're, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why we had like WandaVision, which is somewhat high concept. But immediately after we had Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is about as straightforward as you get.
It's buddy cop movie through and through.
Yeah. Then we had Loki, which is highest concept we've had so far.
Yeah.
And now we have What If, which is more... I think it's more digesting the high concepts.
I need to see that still. Has it been good?
I hear the T'Challa episode, which is out right now, is amazing. The first episode, Captain Carter, I've heard mixed on.
I saw a little clip from what I think is that of like an Iron Man bit.
Oh yeah, the Captain Carter?
Is that what that is?
I think so. I haven't seen it yet myself.
I'll have to see it, but I saw a little snippet that looked like the same animation just from what I've seen in stills, and it looked really good.
Really?
Like visually appealing, yeah.
I would have to see that for myself.
Yeah.
What's the next What If episode? Because like all the episodes, like the episode order got leaked.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see if Wikipedia has it. They do not.
I know the last one's going to be an Ultron episode, which I'm kind of excited about. Yeah, because Ultron was barely touched.
Number 3 is apparently MCU Zombies.
Is it? I thought that was later.
Yeah. Maybe these aren't in the right order, but these are a list of the episodes. It doesn't actually have a date on this article. But Captain Carter, Iron Man and Killmonger, MCU Zombies, T'Challa as Star-Lord, a severed Ant-Man head, an alternate Avengers lineup, Clint Barton the Hulk, Spider-Man as the Sorcerer Supreme.
Okay, I don't know if I believe that last one.
I don't know.
Because I know we're getting an evil Doctor Strange episode.
So this is apparently in the series poster.
Oh.
There is this here.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's supposed to be Spider Supreme or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure. There's also what looks to like be a mashup between Romanov and Barton
Oof.
in the other corner of it. So this might just be like a piece of concept art as much as anything.
I think that's from the official trailer, poster.
Right. No, I believe it is. I mean more whether or not these are the stories that they're actually exploring specifically.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Or as like spitballing concepts that would be neat.
I can't find it to save my life.
But there's definitely some sort of an Ultron figure in the poster.
Yeah, I think that's supposed to be Vision in Ultron's armor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think the episode's supposed to be like, what if Ultron actually finished making Vision for his new body?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't find it. Now I look like a dirty liar. I'm also excited for the Hawkeye show.
We're getting a Hawkeye show?
We're getting a Hawkeye show.
Hawkeye. Oh, has a release date? Oh, it's just called Hawkeye. Right.
Yeah.
I thought that was a working title.
Nope.
That's kind of unfortunate. That's a garbage looking logo.
Is it?
Yeah. Do you have it?
No, oh, yes, I got it now.
Yeah, it's just too simple. I get what they're going for. You know, it's like a target and then there's an arrow.
Yeah.
Because that's his thing. You know, he he shoots bows and arrows.
No way.
I know, right? I didn't realize.
So,
but I don't know. I'm not big on it.
I'm not. Well,
it's too simple.
I just, from what I've heard, this is going to be more exploring the street side of Marvel, which I'm a big fan of. I also hear rumors that we are getting Daredevil stuff soon, so I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big Daredevil fanboy. I heard Vincent D'Onofrio is possibly in this season of Hawkeye, which I can't wait for.
Interesting.
Yeah. Also, it's got the pizza dog. Gotta love the pizza dog.
Hawkeye apparently has Kate Bishop.
Yes. Who is supposed to be like the second Hawkeye.
Yes. We'll look into Barton's time as Ronin. I hope so.
That was kind of something they never touched on in the...
Yeah, like he just went and like killed all those people.
Yeah, he made a lot of enemies.
Yeah.
He killed motherfuckers just to see how it felt. So, what else would you like to talk about?
Have you seen the Steam Deck? Valve's computer air quotes.
The Valve Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's very interesting.
I think it has a lot of potential.
Because it's priced at console territory.
Yes,
but it's a full computer.
I don't know how I feel about it. To be honest,
it's priced to the point where, like, if you're a student going into college, you can buy this. You know, if you're like a laptop, say they're getting like $1,000 ish.
Yeah,
for a laptop. I think that's a reasonable, like, sort of mid tier ish. You can even say like $800. You get this for $300. You buy a keyboard and mouse, and you buy a cheap monitor. and then you also have a really effective gaming system.
Yeah.
It fits very nicely into there.
I want to see it perform a little bit
Mhm.
before I make an exact judgment.
Yep.
But honestly, I have to admit, it's a pretty cool machine.
It is.
I also think it looks way better ergonomically designed than a Switch.
Oh yeah, but it's a lot chunkier too, though, to go with that.
Yeah, it looks like it would weigh more.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. Do we have a weight here? No, I don't see it.
I have a
I
photo.
can't imagine it's not though.
I have a photo of someone putting their Switch on top of a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am excited for it. I think it's cool. I
Mhm.
think it gives Nintendo a proper competitor finally.
Yep.
I just do you think we will get someone buying a Steam Deck and then they'll run a Switch emulator on it?
Maybe not a Switch emulator, but for sure like DS and Game Boy, no question.
Oh yeah, that thing looks like a perfect emulator machine.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, I look at it as like it fits into the same sort of niche that the very entry level computers used to.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
like that's always been kind of the age old thing where if you want to, you know, oh, you need a laptop for school, you know, why not buy this?
Yeah.
As long as you're still using primarily textbooks rather than digital media, you can do all your homework on this. It's because it's just a computer, and it's damn cheap. It's cheap enough that it pushes out a lot of the low end laptops from even really being a question.
That makes me wonder if it's more aiming to be a laptop killer than a Switch killer, like everybody wants it to be. Because it
I
doesn't.
can't. Nothing is ever going to kill the Switch just because of the first party support, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless they're going to start pushing out, you know, Team Fortress 3 or CS:GO 2.
Valve doesn't make video games anymore, silly.
No, they don't. They made Half-Life Alyx and decided they were good for the next decade.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Here's the pricing. $399. And apparently at $399, it has the it still has the expandable storage, so you can just plonk in a new drive later if you need more storage.
That's very
Which
amazing.
is super nice. And it's not even like an SD card slot kind of thing. It's like full storage system.
I dig it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. What was the other one I was gonna say? Oh, have you noticed any of the trends in recent, like, just, I guess, streaming and YouTube in general towards Fallout New Vegas?
No.
It's been weird. I've noticed it a few times. New Vegas. I've been seeing a weird uptick in videos around it over the last 6 months. I guess more like the last year. Like, it's always been a popular game, but large content creators making videos on it just almost out of nowhere.
It's
strange.
That is strange.
It reminds me a lot of the relatively recent rush on Minecraft.
Makes me wonder if game companies are going to try doing these retro viral things.
I don't know. I guess I would hope so. Like, I would love a remaster of New Vegas.
Yo, dog, let's get a remaster of Minecraft. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, no, seriously though, for New Vegas, the biggest barrier to it the biggest barrier for a lot of old games, particularly PC games, is just how far the industry has gone towards streamlining and modernizing control patterns. Playing any game that's more than like 10 years old just feels clunky now.
Oh, I'm well aware of that. I've been trying to play through Wind Waker.
Mm.
Do you
Yeah.
do you want to know how hard it is adjusting to GameCube controllers? And I'm not talking about like
I
the
know.
GameCube controllers are bad. It's the controls that are bad.
Yeah.
It's the controller that makes them feel good.
Yep. It was definitely. I don't even know. The GameCube controller is weird. It looks weird. I know it doesn't play the same as it looks, but it's just bizarre that they went with that little orbiting thing.
I mean, it's iconic.
Oh yeah, it definitely is, and it works pretty well for the most part.
It lets you press the buttons.
Didn't they remake it for the Wii U?
They've been remaking it for like the
I
Switch.
guess I was gonna say, when haven't they remade it?
Yeah, that's literally their moneymaker.
Yeah.
You know, there are some people who won't even touch a Smash Bros. Controller. I mean, Smash Bros. Without a GameCube controller.
Yeah, it's true.
The Smash community sucks.
That's true.
Like, I don't understand people's loyalty towards this funky controller. It's a cool controller, don't get me wrong, but it's just not worth it, man.
I just love the part where you basically have to start binning them to have a competitive advantage. It's just so dumb.
The Smash community is dumb. What do you think is the most toxic game, competitive game environment?
Competitive. Um, Probably. I guess it depends on the region
Okay.
because there's a lot of games that are much more popular in other regions that it's probably different. You know, if you're over in it's whichever game is the most popular, right? Because that's
Yeah.
just where you get the most number of people.
The most amounts that have toxicity.
Yep. I'll say though, I don't think I've ever seen Rocket League be known for its toxicity. So props to Rocket League for not being a steaming pile of garbage.
Hell yeah.
Everywhere else is pretty awful though.
Most gaming communities, yes.
It's almost like gamers are the problem.
Yo, take that back. That's racist. Gamers rise up. Take down this bigot.
I'm curious,
What's up?
as a musician,
Oh
what are your
no.
thoughts on in-ear monitors?
In your monitors. What the hell are those?
Like the fancy earbuds?
Oh, like those Raycons or whatnot?
No, like better than that though, but same idea. But
I,
like for professional use.
I really have no opinion because I don't know much about what you're talking about.
Fair enough. I've noticed in esports in particular, they tend to use them a lot because they fit inside headphones. And for like, competitive integrity, they require all the players to have like white noise playing through headphones outside of their earbuds
Really?
so that you can't hear, yeah, so you can't hear like the announcers in the stadium as well,
That's
is the
weird.
idea.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can, if the casters are talking about, like, oh my God, he's doing blank, you don't want the players to be able to hear that. Other venues have done different routes where they have like sound isolated booths,
Fair enough.
which is why they have those ridiculous looking booths in the first place.
Y-
Um,
You know, it's a gaming community that's actually pretty non toxic, I just thought of.
what's that?
The chess community.
Nah, nah, they're ruthless. They just have a 1,000-year head start, so they've refined their craft.
I will say, have you seen the Soviets?
Ultimate BM.
I fear the Soviets.
What was it? There was some weird event in the Magic the Gathering, like their online one that they have, Arena,
Okay.
where they sponsored a bunch of chess people to play it.
Hell yeah.
Because of course there's chess Twitch streamers.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. Where is chess? I'm curious. It's not that high up. There's a couple of really, really big ones. What the fuck? 15,000 people are watching Barbie and the Magic of Pegasus. What?
RT at it?
Forsen.
I don't even know who that is.
It doesn't look like he's playing Barbie though. Let's check this out. What the hell is this? Oh, this is a Taco Bell ad. Awesome.
I love Taco Bell. I'm kidding. I hate Taco Bell. I've never had a good experience there.
Me neither. I don't understand.
I've gotten my food and I've gotten out. That's all I've had with Taco Bell.
He's apparently sponsored by Cloud9.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no idea. This is not Barbie though.
Darn.
He's currently lockpicking and there's a skeleton. What the hell is he actually playing? That's bizarre.
Isn't everything just bizarre nowadays?
Yeah, a bit.
That's like the only way to make me laugh. I need bizarre humor.
Virtual casino. It's so weird. I don't get people just watching this kind of shit. Like, I don't understand people watching other people gamble. You know?
I don't get it either unless you have like a secondhand gambling addiction.
They must. That's how they get their fix, I guess.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to me. It's all Russian, too.
Why Russian?
I don't know, but it is.
Putin took away our slot machine. This is the only way we gamble, yes?
All right. They also changed the name of PUBG.
What?
It is now PUBG Battlegrounds.
Oh, whatever. Fuck
It's
that.
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Yeah.
I don't get Twitch.
Twitch is a
I
cesspool.
really don't. It doesn't make sense. I just
Can I tell you a funny story about Twitch?
sure.
Okay. So, back when I was in high school, there was this girl I had a crush on, and she knew I had a crush on her, right?
Yeah.
Well, she started following me the other day on like Instagram and whatnot. And I'm like, what the fuck? I haven't talked to you in years. What do you want? And I look, and she's a Twitch streamer now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we all know the reputation that some women have on Twitch. That women on Twitch automatically get a lot more from simps and whatnot.
Yep.
And it occurred to me, she might be following me exclusively for me to try and simp her. Which
could be.
Yeah. A valid marketing strategy, but here's the thing. My girlfriend wouldn't let me get away with that.
Mm-hmm.
She'd kill me.
Mm-hmm.
What are your opinions on Twitch, Kyril?
I could leave it. Like,
Yeah.
not even take it or leave it. Just leave it. I don't want it.
I don't care. I go on Twitch like once in a blue moon to support my friend who streams, but that's about it.
Apparently, okay, I think I figured this out. Apparently, there's a bunch of people playing a game or streaming a game called Granny 3.
Go on.
Welcome to Granny. Granny keeps you locked in her house. Now you have to try and get out of her house, but be careful and quiet.
You see, horror games for kids, that's always what goes viral.
It's not really for kids from the looks of it.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. It just doesn't. I mean, it would be a solid M rating, you know?
Well, I'm just
There's
saying,
there's blood and gore and shit.
it doesn't have to be for kids for it to be for kids, Kyril.
I just don't get it.
I don't get it either.
I'll, I'll give this guy credit. Like, title game on point, going deep with Granny.
Do you remember when Hello Neighbor was trying so hard to be the next big viral video game?
Hello Neighbor? No,
You don't?
I don't even know what this is.
Oh my god.
I don't watch ads, so
It's
I miss
basically
out on some of this stuff.
it's a horror survivor game where you have to
Mhm.
invade your neighbor's house to discover if they killed someone or not. And it
Huh.
tried having like all this deep lore and like Five Nights at Freddy's kind of shit.
Yeah.
And it kept trying to get Matt Pat from Game Theory to do videos. Like they kept tagging them on Twitter. It's like, man, I wonder what Matt Pat would have to say about this.
First Google question is, why is Hello Neighbor so bad? That's hilarious.
It just, I don't know. Oh my god, you're right. People also ask, wow, is Hello Neighbor a bad game?
Sure sounds like it. It doesn't even have ratings for it.
Are you serious?
Oh, it's a mobile game. Oh,
Is it a mobile game?
apparently.
I thought this was.
There is a Hello Neighbor that is available on the Google Play Store with 350,000 ratings.
Okay.
So this must be a new version of it, I guess.
I have no clue.
I don't either.
I refuse to accept this. This game tried too hard, and I therefore have to ridicule it because of my Zoomer credibility.
Mm-hmm.
It's still making games. There's a Hello Neighbor 2. Hello Neighbor Harder?
Huh.
What's up?
Apparently, for the latest Mission Impossible film, they filmed an actual steam train crashing into a quarry.
That's top-notch filmmaking, my dude.
Yeah.
Like, if you...
It kind of just seems excessive, though.
There's no such thing as excessive when it comes to property damaging your film, according to me.
Tom Cruise was there to witness the crash.
What a Chad.
Yeah. I guess when you put that much money into it, you might as well. I think that's about it.
Yeah. Anything else you want to leave us with?
Nah. We'll leave it on Tom Cruise continuing his excess.
That's about right. Well, I'm Eve Miss Orion, and I've been a Schmo.
I'm Kyril, and I've been a Schmo.
And this has been us trying to distract you from the Taliban's overreaching grip on Afghanistan.